So my sermon title today is, What a Change. If we really want to be more like Jesus, then some change is going to be necessary for each and every one of us. So just how does this change come about? Well, in some cases, it can be a dramatic, life-altering moment, or maybe series of moments. And today's passage from John that Donna read so well for us, it's more this second kind of change. It's revealed to us in the story of Peter. Peter's story shows us how even the most loyal follower of Jesus is only human and could fall off the rails for a time. That was made crystal clear when this devoted disciple succumbed to his fears and denied even knowing Jesus, not once, not twice, but 3 times in one night. Now, our passage from Acts today, it describes a much, much more dramatic conversion. Well, by the time he appears on the road to Damascus, Saul's already made a career for himself. And in Galatians 1, here's how he himself later describes this period of his life. He writes, I was violently persecuting the church of God and trying to destroy it. So, when we take stock, when we honestly consider our lives, are we more like Peter? Are we more like Saul? Or maybe a combination of both? Because if there's parts of our life that aren't very Christ-like, maybe we do have a bit of Saul in us. And if we find that we're still followers but have a tendency to occasionally drift away a little bit from Christ's way, then we're like Peter. And I think it also appears that Peter was not able to forgive himself for denying Christ in his time of need. So to grow beyond self-rejection, we've got to have the courage to listen to the voice calling us God's beloved sons and daughters. Peter got to hear that voice, and he heard it directly from Jesus. And Jesus asked Simon Peter, do you love me? 3 times. Was it because Peter had denied his Lord 3 times, and Jesus wanted to give him 3 opportunities to affirm his love and wipe the slate clean? I think it is. And then when he responded so positively, what happens? Jesus not only forgave him, but gave him the reward of trusting him to lead the disciples in this all-important work. All right, let's get back to Acts and Saul on the road to Damascus. It is, without doubt, the most dramatic conversion ever heard. The greatest enemy of the church becomes its greatest advocate in just a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. First, it shows us that Jesus does not give up on anyone. Nothing we have ever been or done can exclude us from the call of the Lord to be a disciple. Well, if God can call Saul, who hated Jesus and Christ's followers, we can be certain that we are not outside of God's love. God forgives us in Jesus Christ. We need to forgive ourselves sometimes and be ready to accept the mission that God has in mind for each of us. Whether it's the affirmation that changes Simon to Peter, the blinding revelation that changes Saul to Paul, the change that we experience must be in more than name only. These passages today prove that God can make good use of anyone, even people like us. And for this glorious opportunity, we say thanks be to God. Amen.